To us, shoplifting is usually a crime of opportunity or a crime of need. An individual is hungry, they're cold, they're not lawful, any of those, but we're concerned about the premeditated intent to steal and resell. And that's critical, resell. That is the big difference with organized retail crime and shoplifting.
Mark Johnson is the Senior Vice President of Policy and Government Affairs at the Washington Retail Association. He says criminals have turned their focus on stealing things from stores to resell, typically online, because it's easy.
It is so much easier to monetize stolen product than it is to go rob a bank. And the consequences are less,
but getting tougher. Earlier this year, Washington created an organized retail crime unit to investigate and prosecute organized retail crimes regardless of city or county borders. And just last week, the Washington Retail Association announced the Attorney General's office filed its first criminal prosecution thanks to work by the unit. In that case, a 33-year-old man is accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars worth of merchandise from Target stores across 2 western Washington counties within a matter of weeks.
They monetize the stolen product, the billions of dollars of stolen product, to fund every other criminal activity out there. You name it, they are funding it with a retail theft.
It's not just the crime itself. Johnson says when businesses lose money, so do state and local governments.
That equates to over $300 million in lost sales tax and business and occupation taxes that aren't collected on these stolen products that are fenced illegally or shipped overseas. And this really impacts the state and local governments when you lose $300 million in tax revenues, which they could use for really important programs and projects.
Law enforcement officers are working to get ahead of these organized crime rings. You can help too by keeping an eye out for red flags as you're shopping online.
If it's still in the original box, if it still has the spider wrapping theft deterrent devices around it, and it's half the price that you would have paid at a brick and mortar store, it's stolen. If it's still in the original box, it is stolen because they can simply return it to the store and get full credit. And why didn't they do that? It's because it's stolen.